Food in the Age, The Rebirth of the Kitchen God. Chapter 1, A Cooking Blogger Who Suddenly Crosses Over. In the noisy night market, the lights are bright, the stalls are filled with all kinds of delicacies, and the aroma of barbecue, fried food, and desserts wafts everywhere. As one of the top 100 food bloggers, Chu Yancheng always accurately captures the story and flavor behind each food dish and turns it into vivid images to share with his fans. Today, after a busy night, he finally finished editing the latest food making video, and the screen in front of him showed upload successful, and he was finally able to relax. However, just when he was exhausted and ready to rest on the back of his chair, he suddenly felt a sharp pain in his chest, blurred his entire vision, and then fell into endless darkness. After some time, he opened his eyes and found himself in a strange place. The air around seems a bit old-fashioned, the sun shines on the not-so-modern streets, and the buildings next to it are simple but nostalgic. As he looked around blankly, he heard a familiar name coming from beside him. "Brother Yancheng, are you awake?" Chu Yancheng turned his head and saw a young girl standing in front of him, with a soft smile on her face and a hint of concern in her eyes. This girl's name is Chu Ninghua, who is the younger sister in the era he is in now, and he has become the eldest brother of this family. But something didn't seem quite right with the family and what he remembered. He frowned, thinking back to his life before the crossing. "Did you cross into a book?" Yes, he should be in the world of a certain period text now, and he has become one of the canon fodder characters in the original book. Chapter 2, Fate in the Original Book. Chu Yancheng couldn't help but start recalling the plot in the book. His parents died young, and he was raised with the burden of caring for his 3 younger siblings. Originally, the character was supposed to die of overwork at the age of 40, becoming a tragic figure of the eldest brother. However, this should not be the ending he wants. What shocked him even more was that he found out that his sister Chu Ninghua would become a ruthless female partner in the book, because she was jealous of the heroine of the same compound, and finally embarked on the road of self-destruction because of impulsiveness and revenge. And his third brother, Chu Zhancheng, will hunt down and kill the female protagonist in order to take revenge, and was finally destroyed by the male protagonist and entered prison. The second brother Chu Ruiheng fell into depression early under the blow of life, and finally died of illness. He looked at his younger siblings who didn't know where they were going, and secretly made up his mind that he must change their fate and create a future for them that would no longer be miserable. Chapter 3, The Kitchen God is Reborn. However, the era in front of him was not the one he was familiar with, and it was not as modern as the city he once lived in. The catering industry here seems to be still at a relatively basic stage, and Chu Yancheng, who used to be one of the top 100 food bloggers, can't adapt to such an environment anyway. Although the people here love food, they don't have the support of the internet and can't share their cooking experience as easily as they used to. However, countless recipes and tips still flashed through his mind. So, he decided to start from the very basics and open a small food stall. Originally, he didn't plan to make a big splash at the beginning, but chose a low-key start, ready to start as a small vendor in this strange land. He bought fresh ingredients and set up what he called a portable kitchen, the kitchenware he had brought with him as if in a dream. Although these devices seemed extremely out of place in this era, for Chu Yancheng, this was undoubtedly the best weapon for his rebirth. Using his culinary talents, he quickly attracted the attention of the surrounding residents. The small stall is popular because of the dishes he makes. Some people queue up from a distance for a dish of roasted fish that is full of color and flavor. Some people ordered 2 handmade dumplings in one go, and after tasting them, they exclaimed, "Absolutely amazing!" Chapter 4, Changes in the Compound. Gradually, Chu Yancheng's stall caused quite a stir in the compound. The 4 brothers and sisters, who were originally living in difficulty, are getting better day by day because of Chu Yancheng's small food stall. Chu Yancheng not only improved his family's life, but also began to help others solve their livelihoods, and gradually, his stall became a bright spot in the compound. Chu Ninghua, who was supposed to be the villainous female supporting role in the play, began to become gentle because of the improvement of the family. She is no longer jealous, but helps her sister run the food stall together, and becomes more and more wise and scheming. As for Chu Zhancheng, under the guidance of his brother, he began to learn to cook, no longer acting impulsively, but learning how to find a solution to the dilemma. As for Chu Ruiheng, although he still occasionally fell into depression, under the care of his brother, he gradually began to find the meaning of life, and he also began to help take care of the shop. The people in the compound soon discovered that the seemingly difficult life of the four siblings had become more and more nourishing. Everyone couldn't help but look at this stall with envy, and Chu Yancheng's fame quietly spread. Chapter 5, Rewriting the Ending. Time passed slowly, and Chu Yancheng's restaurant gradually developed from a small stall to a chain restaurant. He was no longer satisfied with just running a small shop, but began to expand, planning to open more branches. Although there is no internet in this era, word of mouth has made more people come here. His restaurant is no longer just about serving delicious food, but also a comfort for people's souls in a microcosm of this era. As the fate of the four siblings gradually changes, the original tragic story begins to move towards a new chapter. Chu Yancheng knew that he had finally succeeded in rewriting their fate, no longer ending like the original, but moving towards a brighter future. It is no longer a tragedy, but the beginning of a rise and success. Chapter 6, Expansion Plan. Chu Yancheng stood at the door of his newly opened second restaurant, looking at the busy staff, and couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment in his heart. From its humble beginnings, his restaurant empire has quietly risen. Each of the store's menus has one thing in common: innovative traditional cuisine, whether it's grilled fish, handmade dumplings, or his unique cold pot chicken, all of which attract customers' attention. In this era, although there was no internet and social media, Chu Yancheng quickly became a local household name by virtue of word of mouth and his unique taste. The residents of the compound have become accustomed to his cuisine, and his restaurant has become a place for many people to meet and celebrate. And what makes him even happier is that he is not alone. As his most effective assistant, Chu Ninghua gradually showed excellent business acumen, not only helping to manage the operation of the restaurant, but also starting to run some small cooking classes, which attracted many people to come and learn. The cooperation between the two of them has turned the life of the entire family upside down. As for Chu Zhansheng, after the guidance of his brother, he is no longer the impulsive young man, but has begun to focus on the restaurant's culinary innovation. He developed a dish called Shenzhen Bimbaiyan, which with its unique taste and creativity, made the restaurant's dishes more appealing and attracted a large number of customers to taste them. And Chu Ruikheng, with the support of his brother, slowly came out of depression. Instead of being the taciturn kid, he began to help his brother manage the restaurant's finances and logistics. His physical and mental condition gradually improved, and he found his direction in life. Chapter 7, A Sudden Challenge. However, with the development of his career, Chu Yancheng also began to face a big challenge. One day, he received a call from a big city, an invitation from a business tycoon. Mr. Chu, I heard that your restaurant business has been very hot recently. I wonder if you are interested in bringing your brand to a bigger market? I can help you with funding and access, you just need to focus on your cooking and restaurant operations. The voice on the other end of the line was full of confidence. Chu Yancheng listened to this proposal, and was not in a hurry to agree. He understands that such a cooperation carries a high level of risk, and that behind the success lies hidden business pitfalls. Although his restaurant career is now improving, he doesn't want to let the outside world step in too early and upset the foundation he and his family have built together. He told the other party that he needed more time to think about it and thanked the other person for his kindness. The phone call made him anxious, but it also reminded him that he had to be cautious. Expansion is important, but maintaining independence and control is equally important. Chapter 8, An Amazing Discovery. Just when Chu Yancheng was struggling, he suddenly discovered an amazing secret. One day, while sorting out ingredients in the back kitchen of a restaurant, he stumbled upon an old recipe book. The cover of this book has been eroded by time, and the pages are yellowed, and it seems that it is a precious material handed down by some ancestor. He turned the pages of the book and found that it contained many ancient recipes that had been lost, which seemed ordinary but contained unique cooking techniques. Chu Yancheng's heart moved. These recipes may be able to become a breakthrough in his career. So, he decided to combine these recipes with modern techniques to create unique dishes that will make his restaurant even more unique. He began to study these recipes intently, gradually incorporating them into the restaurant's menu. Soon after, the new menu was launched and caused a sensation among diners. People flocked to the restaurant to taste these ancient and innovative dishes, and even the media began to pay attention to the unique techniques of the chef. Chapter 9, The Power of the Family. As Chu Yancheng's career is booming, the life of the entire family is also getting better day by day. Chu Ninghua not only became more and more handy in the internal management of the restaurant, but also began to actively participate in public welfare activities in the surrounding communities, using the resources of the restaurant to help poor families. Chu Zhancheng has gradually become one of the chefs of the restaurant, and his innovative dishes have been loved by many diners, and some diners are even willing to come to taste his craftsmanship. Although Chu Ruikeng is young, he has already begun to design the restaurant's decoration style by himself, blending modernity and tradition, bringing many new design concepts to the restaurant. Behind all this, Chu Yancheng knows that this success not only comes from his efforts, but also from the tacit cooperation between his family. He is no longer alone, but has walked through this challenging journey hand in hand with these beloved ones. Chapter 10, A Great Change. However, just when everything seemed to be going well, fate once again brought challenges to Chu Yancheng. He was contacted again by business tycoons from big cities, and this time they offered even more tempting terms, not only financial support, but also marketing and partnerships. This seems to be a huge opportunity for Chu Yancheng's business to quickly expand to other cities and even the international market. But this time, Chu Yancheng's heart was full of vigilance. He began to think more carefully, how much impact this kind of cooperation would have on the family and the future development of the restaurant. He doesn't want to repeat the mistakes of the past and become a pawn in the business world. Chu Yancheng decided to discuss it with his family, which would be one of the most important decisions in his life. They have to weigh the pros and cons and make the best choice. Epilogue: The moment of decision. Eventually, Chu and his family came to a consensus that they would maintain the restaurant's independence and make their business more stable rather than expand prematurely. Although they rejected the temptation of the outside world, they did not regret it, because they believed that no matter how far they go, the most important thing is to keep their original intention. Chu Yancheng stood in front of the newly opened third restaurant, looking at everything in front of him, his heart full of gratitude and confidence. He knows that no matter how unpredictable the future is, as long as they are with their families, they will be able to overcome anything. The restaurant's sign sparkles in the sunset, and this restaurant will become a symbol of the bright future he and his family have created together.